I was first thinking when I was asked to do my story that I didn't have a story, but I do know that God's been really good to me. So I grew up in a Christian home, so that's like all I knew. I was very, I would say, conservative my whole life, I guess. Scared to do anything. I feel like sometimes people think that if you've grown up in church your whole life, so you may have had like an easier walk with God, you know, life has been all beautiful for you or whatever. But I mean, I do know you always have to, you get to a point where you have to make a decision for yourself. And I feel like for me, it was when I finished high school and I was going into college and I was just thinking like, why am I serving God? So I decided to make that decision. And I can't just live off of the relationship my mom has with God. I definitely struggled with fear. That was the biggest thing that God, I feel like, delivered me from. I feel like I was afraid of like everything. Afraid of being good, afraid of being bad, just fear. And like so much so that I remember in my teens, before I actually started singing in front of people, I used to sing alone in my room, and then until my mom kind of like called me out, made me sing at church. And I just remember just always feeling so paralyzed and crying my eyes out. So I was so afraid. I was just like so afraid of anyone hearing my voice. I feel like breaking out of that, I can only thank God for. And that I feel like I fought for in prayer. And that's where that personal relationship with God is so important. I'm thinking, thank you, God. Like tomorrow I can say that until now God has kept me. And like years from now I can say, until now God has kept me. Honestly, that's my story. That until now God has kept me. Whatever you're like fearful of is gonna be something so big and used by God. And to not let that that fear paralyze you. Of course, it's so hard in the moment. But honestly, the reward is so much greater than just staying in that fear. Because God has not given us a spirit of fear. He really hasn't. And like when I lead in worship, because I just get excited, I feel like God has so much to give to people through that moment. So I think that's what excites me, thinking like someone is not gonna leave the same because of this moment, this encounter that they're about to have like right now. And I'm just so grateful to be a part of that. Step out and just do it, make that choice, because God will always meet you on the other side.